TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Questions. Christian Clark, you can lead us off.
Hey, Willie. Not a lot of teams have success slowing down Giannis, but what would you just think of the job you guys did on him tonight?
It was a tough matchup for us, but I thought our guys, we fought early. Second half, it got away from us a little bit. We looked like a team that just hadn't practiced a lot, haven't had time to get some rhythm. We're getting guys back healthy, but. Credit to the Bucks. They came out and did what they needed to do. It's a reason why Giannis is the player that he is. The level of physicality that he brings to the game, it can be tough on teams.
Hey, Coach, it's Andrew from ESPN. Two for me. One, because of just to understand the practice part real quick. That's because of the advanced protocols you were in, where you guys could only do. Like individuals and walk. Could you just explain that for us so you can kind of run back what the last, 8 days have kind of been like?
Yeah, we couldn't have an official practice because we were in the advanced testing protocols. And, the league is doing a good job of trying to make sure that as best they can, COVID doesn't spread from team to team. And because of it, we wasn't able to, have an official practice, work on the things that we need to work on, be sharp. And I thought tonight we looked like that.
And for Jackson, another big game for him. What has he shown you in these last two games in terms of the steps he has made? I guess even on the court and then maybe with his energy overall.
I think that he's presenting a matchup problem for other teams. He's coming in and running. Protecting the basket. He's a lob threat, and he's just playing an overall really good game for us right now. So we want him to continue, and he's doing well. And, look, long season ahead, and we want him to continue to progress in that way.
Hello, Coach. Coach Charles from Grace. Hope you're doing well. Speaking about the physicality of your team, what did you see tonight, and how satisfied you are about the level of physicality of your players?
Once again, I thought we did a decent job in the first half. In the second half, it got away from us a little bit. They're a good team, and they know how to play. They know how to slow the game down and get to their spots. They got to the free throw line. I don't think we did a bad job. We got there 30 times. We just got to make free throws when we get opportunities. But it's always going to be a physical game when you're playing against Antetokounmpo.
Hey, last thing for me, tough shooting night from Nikhil in his first game back in a while. Just what did you think of the looks he got up in this game?
Yeah, Nikhil had open looks. We had open looks as a team. Milwaukee is the type of team that you have to knock down your open looks. I thought we did a great job of creating quality looks. We just got to knock them down.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Coach Willie in the building talking about the Pelicans splitting with the Milwaukee Bucks. The good news is we lose. The good news is that we won. We split the series with the Milwaukee Bucks. The bad news is we lost, but BI wasn't there and a couple other players wasn't there in an outing where the Pelicans ultimately look rusty, free throws and all. But I'd like to welcome all the family members into this installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate you as DC is spilling shit all over himself. Much love to the
Don't hurt yourself, Big Q.
No, not me.
It's just water, baby.
I'm just saying, hopefully you ain't drowning over there. You all
Just
right?
water, baby. No, I know how to swim.
Okay.
I know how to swim.
Okay, good.
I ain't never drowned, son.
All right. Well, much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all joining us for this installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report. Much love to my dog, DC. He held it down.
What up?
Last time around, DC did a pretty damn good job. So much love to my brother, DC, at being in the building.
What you was doing?
Don't worry about all that.
I didn't show up.
All right, so matter of fact,
you were caking, huh?
Big Q
with cake,
DC, huh? Please, DC, we're trying to get through the show right now, sir. if you don't mind. All right, so we're gonna get into it, fam. 136 to 113, man. To be honest with you, the Pelicans in this one, man, went to the lead. DC, we can still hear you, sir. All right, there you go. All right, in this one, 136 to 113 to they got the best of the Pelicans, man. And what can I tell you, man? We split with the Bucks. I'm good with that. And of course, it's gonna be tough sledding for you to be able to do anything with the Milwaukee Bucks, especially when they have Giannis, Drew Holiday. They didn't have Middleton, but they had some players there, with Giannis, and Giannis is twisting and turning, dunking on people, hitting threes. I mean, he's one of the best players in the NBA, and we playing without our guy BI in the matchup. So 136 to 113 in the game, and behind the triple-double. So if you're in here, please feel free to hit upon the like button. I appreciate y'all for joining us in the stream. Hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe to the Pelican Post-Game Report. And above all else, please feel free to share the shows on your social media. And much love to the fam in here as well. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Pelicans split with the Bucks. We don't have to see this team anymore. We took one from them. They got a little revenge tonight. But the Bucks is a tough team, man. They're the defending champions. And Giannis is playing with a head of steam, and they're going to be tough to take down, especially without some of your big guns. Pelicans held in there for a little bit before ultimately things kind of got away from them in that third quarter in a big way. Milwaukee was able to gain separation in the third and just put the acceleration pedal down on the Pelicans, burn rub on them, into a win of 136 to 113. DC, let's talk about this in the broadcast before we jump into the team statistics.
Man, I mean, there's a few things to be encouraged about. I mean, we did get Josh Hart back. Jackson Hayes played pretty damn good, had a career high. He's been playing good the last 3 games. Other than that, Q, it was a disappointment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We shot more 3-pointers than them. and they just shot us out the building, bro. Why do we think we were shooting 39%, I think, after the first quarter, and we might have shot 20-something% from 3, and we just kept jacking them up, bro. We shot 51 3-pointers. You know, like I didn't get that, but we were without
a lot of free throws too.
Yeah, we missed a lot of free throws. We were without Jonas Valanciunas, so I think that kind of messed our offense up a little bit. Might have been a little bit too much with NAW really not getting anything going. I mean, he shot a gang of 3-pointers his damn self. So we were just out of it, bro. They coming off that 4 days of rest.
Yep.
So this is very, very weird to us because we usually get a day or two here and keep playing. This is the first big break the Pels got. So I think they could shake back, man. But it was disappointing because they wasn't shooting good, but they found a way to stay in the game until about the third quarter. I thought after halftime I had something to look forward to, man, and it just was downhill from there.
All right, let's get into the team statistics, family. Third down and 95, the Pelicans
41.1 field goal percentage shooting right there versus the Bucks 49 of 92 for 53.3%. DC alluded to talking about the 3-point shooting. Pelicans 51 attempts from downtown, 16 to 51 for 31.4, while the Bucks hit a much better percentage, 23 of 48 for almost 48% from downtown. And of course, being at the Pelicans were on the road, the referees did show the Pelicans a lot of love. They gave them 30 attempts from downtown from the charity stripe. Pelicans were only able to convert 19 of 30 for 63%. That's not good. And then the Bucks were 15 of 18 with the free throw attempts for 83.3%. Rebounds 50 to 48 advantage Pelicans in the matchup, as the Bucks had 44 defensive rebounds in the matchup. The Pelicans 28 to 27 on the assists, 10 to 10 on the steals, 5-4 advantage Pelicans as far as the blocks go. Pelicans had 15 turnovers, 18 points off turnovers versus 14 by Bucks with 18 off of theirs as well. 22 to 20 on the fast break, 44 to 42 in the points in the paint battle. The largest lead the Pelicans did have at one time was seven points versus the Bucks, who piled up 25 points on the Pelicans in the matchup. DC, we already talked about the field goal, the 3-point shooting being a issue, 16 to 51, jacking them up for 31.4, but also the free throw attempts. You can't get 30 attempts and convert 9. You got to do a better job of converting a lot more than 63% of your free throws when you're on the road. And of course, the 3-pointers was another thing. So let's talk about individual statistics. Even though you alluded to that, any other thing you want to mention before we jump to the individuals?
Nah, I mean that's pretty much what it was, man. This is a game where you're missing 3 of your stars, and you gotta play perfect. You know what I mean? So you go in there, you don't handle business with the fundamental simple stuff. There's no way you can win. You can't give yourself a chance to win. Shooting the way we did from the free throw line. A lot of that's on Josh Hart, and I understand why. 4 days rest. He missed the game prior, so got to knock off a little rust, but still can't allow it to happen and think you're gonna win games. So we can't shoot 20% less from the free throw line and 15% less from the 3-point line, expect to win the game and shoot more 3-pointers than them. It just ain't gonna happen, bro. So yeah, we can move on to individual statistics, bro. You can go ahead and get a rundown.
All right, let's move on then. All right, so individual statistics here we talk about from the Pelicans. Everybody got involved, but the leader of tonight's matchup was Jackson Hayes. That's right, the paratrooper himself. But this time,
man, the people called me Q. They told me they're discontinuing the paratroopers, man.
They discontinued for how long?
Man, they said they don't know. They said they had some on back order, and it's a special material that go in them, and they haven't been able to keep it in stock, bro. So they said they're gonna have to discontinue them. They ain't giving me a time frame on, bro. Huh?
Don't have a limited run about 100 pair.
They had it was a limited run?
Yeah, 100 pair. So
well, they told me it was a big hit with the 100, so they was planning to restock them, but all of a sudden, they discontinuing them, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. That's a good thing, I imagine. The paratroopers.
The yellow Nodge is still on the shelves, though.
Oh yeah, the Nodges is definitely on. The yellow Nodges, the big bird yellow Nodges is still on the shelf. There you go. 23 points by Jackson Hayes.
They say they're gonna have a new shipment by Mardi Gras.
There you go. That's right on time too for them big bird yellow Nodges. 23 points in 28 minutes for Jackson Hayes. 9 of 12 from the field. He was 5 of 5 from the charity stripe. He finished with 23.7 rebounds, a block for Jackson Hayes. He did a good job. I have to give it to Jackson Hayes. He led the Pelicans. He's on the thumbnail tonight. And, of course, several other Pelican players chunked in 14 apiece, including Graham, who had 30 points. He was 4 of 13 from the field, 4 of 11 from downtown. They had 14 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 14 for Josh Hart in 36 minutes, 5 of 13. He was 1 of 6 from downtown. 3 of 9 from the free throw line, not was shaken for Josh, even though he almost had a triple-double of his own. 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists for Josh Bigheart. 14 points for the Herd. Straight Jacket Jones in the building. In 35 minutes, 14 from him, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Straight Jacket all over the place in the matchup. The Sacred Temple had 14 points today. As well as Kai calls him Shaolin Temple. 14 points in 25 minutes, 5 of 12 from downtown, 4 of 9 from the from 4 of 9 from downtown, 5 of 12 from the field. He finished with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists there. 11 points for Billy Hernan Gomez and 8 rebounds in 20 minutes for him. And then, of course, off the bench, 13 from NAW. You finished with 13 points, 27 minutes, jacking up 4 out of 16, 4 out of 13. Boy, he just didn't have it. 13 points, 5 rebounds.
He's trying to shoot his way into it.
He just didn't have it. And Satoransky threw in 5 points in 4 minutes as well. 3 from Clark in 17 minutes. He was 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown in the matchup. Trey Murphy in 3 minutes had thrown in 2 points, but the Pelicans lose big in this one and split with the Bucks. The good news is we split with the Bucks. We split with them. I mean, the good news is we don't see them anymore. That's the bottom line. It's over.
Done. That's done.
It's done. We don't have to ever see the Bucks again.
They put their championship attitude on tonight, bro.
They did.
Felt some type of way I would beat them last time.
They did. You could tell. So let's get into it. Individuals, DC, who you got?
To me, man, best all around game. I gotta go with none other than my guy Herb Jones, bro. I mean, he didn't play, as fantastic as he did last game offensively. But, I mean, Herb gave you 3 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks, while breaking the record for rookies held by none other than Anthony Davis as most consecutive games with a block. So, shout out to him for that, man. That's a big, 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 big accomplishment, to put your name in the record books as a rookie for the Pels organization. So, I thought he just gave intense energy and effort, man. If we would have had another 1.5 Herb Jones, man, we might have been able to win this game, bro. He made things difficult for them defensively, and every time we needed a bucket or things got real ho-hum, he just find a way to score or make a cut, make the defense respect him, and getting other people open. He just does so many things, man, that's not always seen, him with the ball in his hands. So I thought he played real well tonight. The Sacred Temple, I thought he played pretty good too, Q. I mean, he's been kind of a constant for us when we needed him. As far as all these guys going down, he ain't shoot 50% from the 3 tonight, but I mean, he did shoot pretty damn good, man. 4 for 9, he pretty close. So shout out to Garrett Temple. A lot of people was ready to get rid of his ass. Why Willie playing him? We sick of it. But he's been playing pretty good these last 3 or 4 games, man. So glad to see the energy, effort, and intensity he brings, and the 3-point shooting. When somebody can get him an open shot, he ain't got to try to create it himself. And other guy, I guess Devontae Graham was kind of disappointing, so I ain't gonna talk about him tonight. I expected or hoped he would kind of step up, kind of be that guy for a night that we remember from Charlotte, but not quite. I mean, he was 4 for 11 from the 3-point line. They was just jacking up 3-pointers all over the place. He was a part of that. Obviously, he's our best 3-point shooter, but man, when it ain't falling, bro, you got to find a way to get in that paint. I love how he's looked the last 4 games or so. He's breaking that barrier, Q. He's been averaging about 18 points, shooting at about 45% games prior to this one, but not so much tonight. He kind of went back to the old Devontae from about 15 games ago or so, that we were talking about him needing to step it up for him.
Right.
And only other guy worth talking about, man, I guess I got to take a stab at NAW. I know y'all pissed about that before I get to Jackson Hayes. But NAW shot 13 3-pointers, Q. God damn. He made 4 of them. The 13, bro, I mean, come on, man.
You got letting the team off the hook. You almost got a season average, 14 points a game.
That's a hell of a way to get there with 16 shots, though.
Oh, man.
You should never have more shots than points. That just ain't going to work. Not giving up on NAW. I do realize that he's been out probably for maybe 15 days or 12 days or something like that. So obviously rusty. I just really wish at some point he would just understand that we need you to score, but you don't have to settle and jack up shots, man. You still let the game come to you. When he plays good, coach going to give you more minutes. I'm sure he's starting to realize that. So, stop trying to force stuff. The 3-pointers that he made, most of them he was wide open and it went in, and then he would get the ball and people be running at him. He'd go jack one up and missing whole goal and shit. You can't have that, man. So really looking forward to him getting back to the level he was playing at before he went out with COVID, because he had strung together maybe 2 or 3 games where he started to look pretty good, especially that last game before he went out with COVID. He probably had his best game of the season. And the man of the hour, so-called, in a loss, I guess you want to call him that. We ain't win shit. But the paratrooper himself, we got to say his name. Now, Q can't keep calling him paratrooper. The man staying down. He's starting to take that damn parachute off, Q, even though I did see him hop up one time. Kind of made a fool of him tonight. But, he played pretty good, man. And he has played good for the last, maybe 3-4 games now. Jackson Hayes gave you 23, 7 rebounds, an assist, a block, only 1 turnover. Actually was out there setting not so impatient picks. He's trying to work on it. It's obvious. He got a few offensive foul a time or two, but I'm seeing him put effort in the little things. And that's always been the problem with Jackson Hayes, along with consistency. And you're starting to see him focus more on doing those small things, or at least putting a bigger effort on it. So I think Jackson Hayes might be able to get in a little groove, man. And while he's playing better, I'm seeing Willie Gomez kind of take a back seat because he's not playing so well. So Jackson Hayes might be able to sneak in and take them minutes from Willie. So we're going to have to see how this play out, man. Got a lot of competition of those guys challenging each other. Jackson Hayes has been stepping up to the plate, and he makes a huge impact on defense. I would love to see those minutes with him and Jonas Valanciunas again when he comes back, because that was amazing what we saw that one time that they ran it and against the Cavaliers. I don't think it had anything to do with them playing the Cavaliers. I think that's just something that we always should have been doing, like me and Big Q was saying, put him at the 4. I heard a lot of other fans say it too. Jackson Hayes can be a good off-ball defender. He can slash and cut and possibly learn to hit that 15, 16-foot jump shot that we know he has. And it'll be there for him at the 4 spot, especially if you got another dominant center out there. So looking forward for JV coming back, seeing how he look. But until then, let's see what he can do with some extended minutes, man, because Willie Gomez ain't looking too good. Q. Jackson Hayes might actually get a start this next game.
Well, I mean, Billy been solid for the bulk of the time, DC. We'll see how it all shakes. And consistently, if you had to pick between the two, and let me pose this to the Pel chat, who's been the most consistent of the two? Has it been Billy Gomez
no doubt,
or Jackson Hayes? So is this the new Jackson Hayes that we can count on for the summation of the season? Because we know Billy Gomez is going to consistently give you good minutes and production.
He's not been playing well these last 4 games. So.
Yeah, this is just 4 games. I get you. But, is this – I'm just saying sooner or later he'll work himself out. I'm interested and intrigued to see if Jackson Hayes can sustain what he's doing moving forward, because it does seem like a light has going on.
Getting better.
But we've not to be a pessimist, but we've seen this before from Jackson Hayes. I'm just going to be honest.
When you see it, you got about a 15-game stretch where you can ride it. But I've never seen him playing at this level this early in the season. He normally start playing lights out when the damn season over. We got about 10 games left and shit, 15 games left. He won't ball out of control then, but it's real early in the season, man. I ain't seen him play this good this early in the season, man. So I think it might be a real strong possibility for him to turn the corner. And you actually wrote an Athletic article, and you did one on Jackson Hayes, and he basically said in that article, bro, that he wants to be here. He knows it's going to happen for him and the light's going to come on and all that, and he wants it to happen in New Orleans. So I don't know why I'm telling you this, kid. You already know. You wrote the damn article. But letting the family know. What you mean? What you mean, Big Gilbert?
What article?
The article you wrote on Jackson Hayes, man. Somebody in the chat remind him, bro. I know you write a lot of articles, you do a lot of podcasts and shit. It's hard to keep up. But anyway, Jack said he wants to be here. Maybe the added pressure of him being on a traded block and all of these things is making him focus a little better, play a little better, and hopefully he's turned the corner and it ain't just fool's goals. But we will see.
All right. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. And Carlton says he's read my article. King Kamara says for the athletic Q. Okay, I got you. Yeah, he says Q, you wrote. I don't know what they're talking about, Kev. Yeah, there you go. See that? There it is. But anyway, let's move on to the next the preview. Of course, like we talked about, family. Y'all know when we talked about switching over from 21 to 22, we went down that whole little January schedule for this month. And it's nothing nice. We got nothing but a lot of heavy hitters in the month of January.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be healthiest that we've been for the entire year, because we're gonna need the heavyweights going into this January stretch, because there is some serious teams. Speaking of Utah and others, we start off against the Bucks. The Bucks wear the Pelicans out on New Year's Day. Here come the Jazz. So let's get into this one here in the Jazz. It's going to be a difficult matchup for the Pelicans. They always are. This will be a couple days from now. The Jazz are sitting up there at 26-9. They're 12-3 on the road. Pelicans currently are 13-23, 10 games back of 500, 7-9 at home as their record starts to improve a little bit. You look at the starters, the top scorers for the Utah Jazz is Donovan Mitchell, averaging almost 26 points a game through 46, shooting 46% from the field. Top rebounder is Rudy Gobert, almost 15 rebounds a game. And Conley leads the team in assists with 5.3 during 28.3 minutes of action. Ingram is the top scorer for the Pels, almost 23 points a game on 45.3% shooting. Valanciunas is the top rebounder, 12 flat, and BI leads the team in assists. And this is accurate because Graham is at 4.7 on the assists, so Ingram got him by a few. Of course, you look at the injury report as Paschal and Whiteside are listed as out. And you look at the Pelicans, they have Alvarado and Valanciunas, even though Alvarado played tonight. Valanciunas was out and BI is out. So, I mean, hopefully we can get some of our big name players back for this really tough stretch of games coming up. And you can see the last 5 games, Utah has been all wins, and they're 5-0 in the last 5 contests. The Pelicans are, over the last 5 games, you includes tonight's loss here, they're, I guess you could say they're 3-2 over the last 5 with 2 losses to OKC. And of course, tonight, to the Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. So with that being said, the series between the Pelicans and the Jazz are tied at 1 apiece. The Pelicans can kind of take the series lead with a win against the Jazz. DC, let's dive into this matchup against the Utah Jazz.
And dive into it we will, bro. I don't know if we can quiet the Jazz, Q. It would take a monumental effort. We have no JV, no BI. I would think we need at least one of those pieces to be the Jazz team that every time we play them, man, they give us all we can handle. Likewise with us too. We definitely rise up when we play Utah. They did, blow us out the building before, but it's just almost like a rivalry game, man. This is a lot. We are at home, and the arena was on fire when they played Cleveland, so maybe we can look forward to that and get some help from the fans. But this will be a really tough one to get a victory, man. I mean, you got Rudy Gobert, who you basically, how you going to neutralize him. Our game plan last time was to kind of put JV on him and get him into foul trouble. I don't know if you can do that with Billy Herman Gomez or Jackson Hayes. They got Devontae Mitchell. Why am I Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan.
I'm saying Devontae. Think about our guy. They got Donovan Mitchell, and him and BI usually go at it. We ain't got no BI. You know what I mean? He's a walking 25 to 30 points for him. That's big. Bogdan Bogdanovic. I can't pronounce nobody goddamn that night. And he's another 18 points, on tap. Herb Jones maybe could slow that down a little bit, but man, we need a big game from Devontae Graham. Q. That's the only way I think we could beat Utah. Devontae has to turn into 2019 Devontae from Charlotte. We need him to play like that, man. We need 25, 27-point game from Devontae Graham, man. And everybody else has to show up as well. So this is a real tough out. And I'm just talking about the starters. It don't even make sense to start going down the bench. We know Utah is stacked. And man, it's just how do you contend? They got 2 all-stars out there and another, you say, third borderline all-star and Mike Conley. Ain't even talk about him. It's a lot, man. So it'll take a monumental effort defensively and a big game from none other than Mr. Graham. Josh Hart got to give us 20 points. We need Herb to chip in about 17, 18. They do all that, we could get a victory, man. But I'm not holding my breath on that. I think we go ahead and bow out against Utah unless BI shows up. If BI some type of way, because he was pretty close this game to come back. If BI comes back, and I think just off the pure emotion of him coming back, the way we see this team playing, I think we can take him. But we still would need a big game from him as well.
You're going to need a big game from several different Pelicans players, including the bench. This team is littered with people that can shoot the threes, different type of utility players, and they are well meshed and well coached. You know, they're a really solid defensive unit, and Conley's there. He directs them so well, and then when Donovan Mitchell's numbers call, he can take over. But you're talking about Bogdanovich and Jordan Clarkson, Ingles, and Royce O'Neal to a degree, Rudy Gay. These guys can play. They got several people in double figures. Donovan leads the team. Bogdanovich is second behind them. Rudy Gobert 15.5 with 11 with 15.5 with 15 rebounds. So you're averaging 15 points per game and grabbing 15 rebounds per contest, according to statistics, averaging almost over 2 blocks a game. So Rudy's a beast. And then Clarkson off the bench, 15 points per contest, doing this thing in 25.6 minutes. You see Conley's numbers. You see Rudy Gay. You see Joe Ingles. You see Royce O'Neal and the rest of those guys. They got a really curious mix against them. And this is going to be a difficult challenge for you to beat a team as well-staffed as Utah, well-coached as Utah. But you know, we'll see how the Pelicans play. You know, hopefully we do have BI back. I don't know about Big V. He would be instrumental and a real big part of the success of the Pelicans if he was good to go in this matchup against the Utah Jazz on the 3rd. So, man, listen, it's going to be tough to deal with the Utah Jazz in anywhere, especially at home. But, man, like I said, you say bow out to them. Like I said, it'll be a difficult win if we can get it. I appreciate and welcome the win. But it's going to be difficult for the Pelicans to take down Utah, especially if BI is not there. And even if BI is there, you're still going to need still going to need Big V to help out against Rudy Gobert and everything that they represent. So the bench going to have to bring it, and we're going to have to figure out a way how to just be competitive, play defense with these people, and fight for this game. Not saying that we can't get it because we've beaten the Jazz before, but we're going to need some of our bigger pieces there to help out.
Most definitely, man. I definitely think it's possible, though, for us to be able to beat this team.
It's possible we did it before.
We have, but we haven't done it short staffed like we are now. But
no, yeah.
The way that this team plays collectively, I know they lost by a significant margin tonight, but I mean, if you watch this game, the Pelicans was in this game, Q.
I know.
It was in this game for most of this game. You know, they didn't fall out of the game. They kind of shot themselves out of the game when the Bucks decided to go to a zone, and we just kept thinking because they was allowing us to shoot threes, we just gonna keep shooting.
That was the thing, right? They knew what time it was. They know that you wasn't hitting that, and nobody gives up nothing for no reason. And the Utah Jazz was astute enough to give the Pelicans all the bullets in the gun, and they just shot their asses, shot themselves the hell up. Especially a guy like NAW. NAW, man, he just trigger happy as a dog. You know, and it's just he has to, and like we always preach on this show about shot IQ, shot intelligence is what it comes down to. And knowing when you don't have it, you got to get to the cup and make it happen and get to the line. Well, even if the Pelicans did get to the line, DC, they still was missing. They was missing threes and free throws. That's a recipe for disaster. So I don't want to revisit that, but that's most certainly not a recipe or anything that you want to bring forward against the Utah Jazz. They'll make you pay just like the Bucks did tonight.
Yes, they will, man. But I've seen a lot of things to me to tell me that I don't think the guys will play as as rusty to me as they were. Josh Hart was off. I mean, Josh Hart missed like 6 free throws. Like Josh Hart don't do that. You know what I mean?
He don't do that. I was looking at that.
Yeah, NAW was obviously, chucking up shots. I think he was told he has to be aggressive. Obviously, we need your points off the bench. So I understand why he was, trying to make sure he got his. We needed that to win, but just got to be a little smarter and going inside that 3-point line. I know he hit about 7 or 8 3-pointers that game before he went out. So you can't just come out, cold as a flounder, like you would say, and expect to hit all them shots, man, after sitting all them days. So I think one or both of those guys can figure it out, and they're definitely going to put up a better effort against Utah. I do see the Pels challenging them, and pushing them, but it comes down to about that, the 8-9 minutes of the third quarter when you get there to about the first 5 minutes of the fourth, man, to see where you sitting at. If we still in the game at that point, we got a shot, man. And the chances of the Pelicans being able to pull out a victory would be extremely high, because Utah will usually run some people out the building right there in that stretch I'm telling you about. Right when your starters, then they then came out after halftime and worked up a sweat, and they got about 4 or 5 minutes before they take their last break. They might play out the last quarter, take their break at the top of the fourth, and Utah smashed the gas on your ass, because when they bench get out there, they don't stop. They just keep scoring points. You know what I mean? So that's what it's gonna take, man. You got to keep it together at the end of those quarters in the second half.
Absolutely, man. You gotta seize the day, man. The Pelicans simply didn't do that tonight. When you get 30 attempts at the free throw line, you gotta make that happen, man. You can't be screwing around, missing, jacking up threes, not getting the threes, and then turn around here, get 16, get 30 attempts and only convert a little bit over half of them. I mean, that's not, especially when you're on the road. And the referees give you 30 attempts to get to the free throw line, the charity stripe, and you get 63.3. Ain't gonna happen, baby. That's not a recipe how to win any game. I mean, and like I said, the free throws give you an opportunity to stay in the game long enough, and perhaps they make a mistake. But Giannis with his triple-double, he's a tough sell in the beat without any of your big guys running around, JV, LBI, doing their thing. It's just not going to happen. All right, so anyway, that's our call on the Utah game, and look like we're talking or what we're feeling about with the situation dealing with the Pelicans. This might be a 2-game losing streak starting the new year off. Hopefully not. We'll see if they can do it. If BI gets better, we'll see how it all goes. But might be something small on the interim. We got Ethan and big ups. First of all, thank you to all the family members joining us in the live stream. Please feel free to hit upon the like button. All the family members, we salute the flock. Much love to the flock in this piece.
Oh, the flockers.
And we got a few things. We're gonna open up the phone lines in a minute. We got one of the family members, Ethan, is asking about thoughts on Jose Alvarado. DC, you want to talk about him?
Well, I mean, ain't much to see to have a lot of thoughts on him. He ain't been getting a ton of minutes. They put him in kind of in garbage time. I like his intensity defensively, but he hasn't really showed me a lot offensively. I see him hit a 3 of them, some garbage minutes. I really think for him to make an impact on his team coming off that bench at that point guard spot, man, we need somebody who can make good decisions and who can score the basketball. Defense is great. We need that too, always at every position. But until Jose can kind of get in the rhythm, scoring some type of way and creating buckets for his other teammates, he's going to have the minutes that he has, in my opinion. So it could get to a point where Satoransky gets COVID or something and we have to play him, and that'll be the real, to me, evaluation of him, because I haven't seen him in a lot of meaningful minutes. I mean, he looks pretty decent in the G League. I've seen a couple of games where he had 27 and 24 points or something like that. But gotta do it when the lights on with the big boys, man. I ain't really seen that yet. But I can't say I'm disappointed in him, because he don't really get much time to be out there to really get in the rhythm. So really looking forward when we need him to step up to see what we can get from him.
You got a call?
No, I ain't got no code, man. I hit the damn button at YouTube open. Hit somebody damn YouTube video.
DC,
Wait,
bro.
that was my ringtone. That's my new ringtone. Yeah. That what you gonna go with?
I didn't say nothing about that, bro.
I got people coughing and shit on my ringtone. It's COVID, so yeah.
I'm about to say, bro. I mean, you know
Yeah.
how it is in the world right now, bro. I just had to figure out, bro, because I ain't with all that.
That's how the people
coughing.
they started off their YouTube video coughing. Q, I don't know what that shit was about.
Oh, that's how it go. That's the new thing. People start off coughing.
I know that whoever that video I clicked on accident, that's how they started this shit.
Well, DC, what you doing watching people's YouTube videos that start off with them coughing? What's going on?
My phone sit on the side of me, bro. I hit it. I don't know. I wasn't trying to watch no damn YouTube, bro.
I got you, DC. I hear you, brother. Yeah, that's the worst ringtone in the world, DC. All right, so anyway, fam. Anyway, we got the if you want to tune in today's broadcast, the link is pinned to the chat in the Pel chat, fam. Feel free if you want to pop in on the stream. Feel free.
Get all the flock and flockers in here, man.
In there. It's in
Come
the
on
top.
and flock on in.
Questions, concerns, comments, please put them in the chat. Or please feel free to pop in. We'll be going live up until maybe about 10:30. We'll cut off from that point. But DC's phone be tripping. That's what Carlton said. Yeah, DC phone. DC don't know how to work his phone. That's what I think it is. He be having all kind of problems. Stuff be working, doing all kind of crazy stuff. DC don't know what he doing with that phone, man. He used to just have phones where he just cracked the face, and he knows how to work those. So if the face of the phone's not cracked, then he don't know what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? That's an aberration, letting you know that he's mastered the phone. He had a watch. He cracked the watch. He cracks every phone he cracks.
How you just making up shit as you go along?
Did you not crack that watch you had?
No. Where's you making this shit up from?
That's a bunch of bunk. So you don't crack phones? Is your phones?
I didn't crack some phones.
Okay, so that's true.
I ain't cracked no damn watch.
Oh yeah, you did. This dude cracked all his phones up. He cracks them all up. Oh, I'm about telling you the truth. You don't crack the phone up.
You lying about the watch. You talking about watches and other. Next, you gonna say I'm cracking computer screens and shit.
I'm about to tell you. Then
you gonna say I'm cracking Morse codes and banks.
No, I'm gonna just say you
bank
cracking
vaults
up
and shit.
You
cracking everything.
DC going crazy over there. He cracking up. But anyway, the bottom line is, as far as the Pelicans are concerned, man, this is gonna be tough. We have to have our big guns back moving forward, and like I said, it won't get easy. To be honest, we didn't want to get easy starting January, and this was the stretch we were alluding to when the year turned over and said the Pelicans are going to have some issues with this damn schedule, and hopefully we got them, and we do notice that the Pelicans are playing a lot better. To be honest with you, they are DC. They are playing better than what we've known them to play. They've found a rhythm and they found something. Willie's reached them. Now it's all about finding the right mix of talent on the bench, which everybody seemed to be getting more comfortable with Coach Willie's system. We had Harper playing for him. I want to see more. And they talk about Jose Alvarado, and I love his passion, his intensity. But Harper, to me, feels like he's the more ready to go guard and what you need from the Pelicans off the bench. Right. He's an aggressive point guard who dishes. He's confident 3-point shooter, and he's a guy that will use the speed to get past you. So maybe that's what the Pelicans need. We simply didn't see Harper tonight. So I mean, we got to get these guys in here and then stick with him. Now he is playing Clark after several weeks of not playing Clark, DC. You're starting to see
Clark
lined up.
He ain't been here that long, man.
He's been here for about a month.
Nah, I don't think he's been here for no month. He's been here for about 2 weeks. You know what I mean? He set out. Yeah, his first games of eligibility, he might have missed 2 games, and then after that, he's been playing ever since. You know, he got big minutes. He got big minutes once BI went out, and he had them 4 3-pointers the other game. He didn't give us a lot tonight, but I mean, I saw him get a steal and he hit a 3-pointer, you know, in limited minutes. So he makes an impact here or there.
Salute.
I'm a ventriloquist. I see you, John. But yeah, man, the team is really they gelling, man. Like they really believe in Coach Willie. The wins and the competitiveness we have is based on them actually playing the game. You know what I mean? They listening to what he telling them to do, and they're going out there and executing, man. So we're severely undermanned, and we still find a way to be competitive, and we still getting wins. So I can't be mad at us losing tonight. I mean, there's no JV, there's no BI, there's no Zion. You know what I mean? Yeah, in a perfect world, you'd be like, yeah, but they still could win if they do this or do that. But it's extremely hard, man, to win a game in the league against the champions when your best 3 players are out. You know what I mean? That's very difficult. Almost starts to feel like we snake bitten sometimes. But what I do like, the Pelicans, they ain't buying into that shit, Q.
Mm-mm.
They don't give a fuck who out there. They gonna play, and they gonna play hard, and they not gonna give up. So I love that about this team, man. That's something to me that you can always take moving forward, no matter what happens, win or lose. Just the fact that we play with so much pride, man, and we never quit, no matter the circumstances. Sometimes I like to see us make smarter decisions, but we're gonna fight, man, and that's always something to build with. And this team has had that all year, and now we're starting to see some of the technique, the fundamentals of understanding what they're doing come into place, and you're starting to see them, give a lot of teams some scares, man. If not beating them, who probably came in and didn't expect us to do anything. The Pels have won 5 out of their last 7 games, so you ain't just watching no team that kind of, I guess, indicates why our record is right now. After this loss tonight, I'm guessing we might still be 2 back of the play-in again. I know we was getting close, but we had all them days off. Everybody else was playing. I'm not sure what it looks like now, but Portland and the Lakers ain't playing real good. So this loss tonight don't stop anything. We still got the the updates on Zion should be coming. Around, we say January 15th, Q, middle of January.
Yeah,
They'll
somewhere
probably
around
start running up the Zion hype again, only for him to probably play at the beginning of February if everything goes, I guess, as to plan. So there's a lot to look forward to with the Pels, man. Can't hang our hat. Got a tough stretch coming up, but I still think that we can either stand pat or win at least a couple of those games against teams that people probably not expecting us to beat at all.
Yeah, tough, man. You can see Pelicans right now currently behind Portland. Actually, 1 game back of Portland, and several other teams a couple of games back from getting to where.
That ain't the plan, though, bro. We what? We
No,
we're a game and a half back from the plan
you're a
with
couple of games.
Sacramento.
You're a couple of games with Sacramento. So, but still in all, that's not the point.
Alvin Gentry just gonna get drunk and they're gonna fall out. So
we knew we called that. We knew Elvin Gentry was going over there to Sacramento. But I told you Luke Walton was going to get fired. I told you that, and he was looking for a place where he could slither back into a head coaching role. I told you that. Now, once they fire him, he's going to end up finding Doc Rivers in the Philadelphia staff. He'll find somewhere to lurch on to. It's just the man just don't understand. You don't have it, man. You're not a head coach. I mean, so anyway, besides that, the reality is, it's going to be a tough stretch going forward. It's a couple of games out of the playing situation, but like I said, Pelicans have to make it through this tough January schedule. DC, that's what it's really about. You got a tough ass schedule that's coming up. You got the Utah game, and I'm not saying it's end all be all because we beat Utah before, but you're gonna need your big guns in there to play, and of course we're gonna need Graham to step up his production. We know Josh Hart been balling and stepping up, doing what he got to do, and Herb been doing what he's doing, but we're gonna need more of the same, if not a lot more, from the Pelicans bench staff and others to kind of do this thing. I'm about to pull up the schedule right now to show the family members because it's very interesting to see. This is the Pelicans schedule headed in from the Milwaukee loss right here, 136 to 13.
Start playing that damn Curb Enthusiasm music like they be doing on them TikToks and shit. Start looking at these teams, you like, what the hell? And our record's supposed to be, our schedule's supposed to get easy. He told us it was supposed to be easy after we went through all of that stuff. Yeah, we're supposed to have the number 1 easiest schedule for the rest of the season, but which may be true. But this 8-game stretch here, 9-game stretch, 10-game stretch, 11 if you want. It's kind of crazy, bro. I mean, you go from Milwaukee tonight, Utah to Phoenix to Golden State. Then they give you a little bit of a break. Toronto ain't no damn pushover though. You go to Toronto, then you get Minnesota, breathe a little bit. Then you get LA, the Clippers. Ain't exactly pushovers. Then they ramp it back up on you with the Knicks. The Nets, the Celtics, the Knicks. You play Indiana, Denver, the Celtics again, and then Cleveland. Then you get a break with Detroit, and then you play Denver. Like, goddamn, Q.
It's just January. We talking
Goddamn,
about
bro.
we talking about January.
Goddamn, bro.
You talking about January though, bro? That's what we talking about.
It's the whole month, pretty
The
much.
whole month of January is what we talking about.
Right.
That's what it's coming down
So
to.
they were making this schedule. They said, boy, we're going to put our foot in the Pelicans' ass to start the new year. That's what we're going for.
They out of
Try
what
to
they
kick
were
all
saying.
the damn feathers out of us, Q.
I know. That's
Q done went for all that shit. That's what I hear when I look at the beginning of the January schedule. Lord.
oh man. That's what it is, DC. That's what kind of you look at the schedule like.
That's what I hear, dog. I hear that goddamn music looking at this schedule, bro. I'm like, man, look at this shit, Q. Oh, and look.
Oh man.
Then on the side of the schedule, you know, when they play that music, they be doing the TikToks and you scrolling down and shit. Then on the side of that, when the music drop, when they do the run, you just put on the side B.I., Jonas, and Zion are hurt. That shit right on the side.
Crazy,
Bruh.
bro. Yeah, this is tough,
Don't get no
man.
more difficult than that, man.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. Says
My new ringtone.
Oh man, but yeah, it ain't no doubt about it, man. That's difficult, man. It's a difficult stretch, man. You look at all that, man. Just a month. I'm not even focused outside of the month. Just making it through the month of February. After Utah on the 3rd, the next game, DC, is Phoenix. You got 3 home games, right? From January the 4th through January the 6th. You know, there's 3 of them. And the 3 games that you have, let me put them on screen to family members to look at. And this is just what I'm looking at overall with the squad, just to be honest with you. It's just because it's difficult, it's tough. But if you take a look, like from January 3rd to the 6th, you have 3 home games: Utah, Phoenix, Golden State.
At least they let us play them at home. At least they did us that courtesy, huh? Some shitty home games, go Q.
There were some tough home games, man. I was watching, what was that last week?
Could give us Minnesota, Toronto.
When Phoenix and Golden State was going at it. My goodness, man.
Everybody talking about Golden State. Phoenix right there.
Phoenix, man.
Just as good.
You're right. Utah's up there. So these are the top 3 of the top 5 best in the West right now. And you got them all at home in the next several games. Yep. You got them that. Look at it. You got
the best 3 teams in the world champions. That's right.
Yeah, Monday it would be
Utah.
Yeah, This Monday would be Utah. Tuesday, the next day is Phoenix.
Damn,
and then 2 days later is Golden State.
Boom, boom, damn.
It's tough, man. It's tough. That January, the whole month of January is difficult if you look at it.
It is.
A lot difficult.
We only play maybe 3 subpar teams in that whole month. And the teams that subpar, like if you look at them, Minnesota, you would say subpar, but Minnesota's always a tough matchup for us.
They play the Pelicans hard, man. They got it in their minds to play the Pelicans hard.
The Knicks, you would say they kind of subpar. They kind of falling off right now.
They trying to improve.
They always seem to beat us. And Kimber done dropped 48 points or something last week, and then he had another 30-point, 45-point game or something. You know. Then the other worst team out of all of those would be Indiana, Q. We all Pelicans fans know how horrible Indiana are. So they're so horrible, we just can't seem to beat them.
Man, it's those certain clubs, man, always play the Pelicans well, man. That's definitely the case. Minnesota gets up to play the Pelicans. We always have difficulties beating Pacers, like you mentioned. OKC is getting in that ilk now where they starting to really it took a 61-foot heave to beat OKC, but they said the last time we played them, they got the win. You wasn't going to beat us like that again. So the Pelicans, it's all about getting healthy. It's all about learning the system and improving upon the play. That's when it comes down to. All right, DC, let's talk about. I know Damien. What's up, Damien? Damien asked a question. He says, DC, I watch a lot of local sports channel. I've been hearing De'Aaron Fox's name coming up a lot. What's up with that?
Oh, Alvin Gentry is losing his
Damien.
goddamn mind over there, Damien. That's what's going on. I'm looking at the tweets, and he talking about this is the worst loss he ever had in his 34 years of coaching and all types.
There you go with that again.
The team is clearly lost over there in Sacramento. Those guys they not tapped in, man. They don't believe in the coaching staff at all. So obviously, you know, if they're not buying in, I'm pretty sure De'Aaron Fox isn't. The dude's coming to the league the same. He came in a year before Lonzo Ball, right?
I think didn't he come in at the same time?
Was it the same time?
I want to say it was the same time.
Yeah, it might have same draft, same year as Lonzo Ball. So this would be what is his fifth year? I think this year, fourth year, something like that. Probably fourth year. Yeah, man. And every year the man been in the league, right? They just been losing and the damn laughing stock of the league. You know, the dude's probably fed up. They switched coaches. He thought he might have got happy for a little while with Alvin Gentry, and Alvin Gentry told him, he said, "Coach, so what are we gonna do different than Luke run? We're gonna run the ball and shoot in 10 seconds, and I'm gonna drink some whiskey." And De'Aaron Fox was like, "Oh shit," you know. And you heard his press conference where he got behind the mic talking and like he tired of losing and all of that. So it's obvious that they're gonna have to blow up that not the whole core, I guess, of their team, but they're gonna have to blow up the guys that's been there and get some new vets in. Because De'Aaron, it just ain't gonna work out with De'Aaron Fox unless he really is brought into being with one franchise his whole career or something like that, which I ain't hearing him say none of that. But Alvin Gentry got the goal. They got the clean house with their coaching staff. They got a lot going on, so people probably anticipating De'Aaron Fox asking for a trade. Sacramento just kind of trading him to get a fresh start. Halliburton is pretty good. Davion Mitchell, I think, is a good player. You know, they still got Harrison Barnes, and not sure how he feel about being there. He could be on the trading block as well. Buddy Hield's making a lot of money, and they're not really – I mean, he's more of a luxury. They got a guy who can shoot three-pointers. He's not going to give you much defense. They don't have anybody who can dominate to really make his three-point shooting, I guess, what it should be. So that's why you keep hearing about De'Aaron Fox, people looking at him to break it up. As soon as there is talks about breaking up, that's going to be the first player they go after. What, guys on 5 years, $140 million contract or something like that? He gives you, 18 and 7? You know, I like DeJounte Murray. This is another guy who can give you similar stats as DeJounte Murray. Everybody talking about how great he plays. De'Aaron Fox also plays very good defense. I know he has a little bit of a problem shooting the three. That's the only thing you'll look at to him, but I don't think he's that bad, especially if he came over here. Shit, all he needs is probably about 2 weeks with Fred Vincent. That shit might be all cured up. So I don't know if the Pels go after him, but I definitely would be on board with him coming here if that was another thing he was wanting to know, Dan.
Yeah, that case about Elvin Gentry, we've been talking about that shit for years. About him, he don't just wait the bad losses like the one against the Mavericks to go drinking. Come on, man.
I've never seen a bad win.
Elvin Gentry been buzzed and drinking for years with the Pelicans, eyes all red and shit. He probably had a whiskey flask in the back of his back pocket when you can look at it. I could tell.
Bloodshot red, and he looked mad all the time.
Yeah, drinking people. I could tell you drinking brown or something. I could look at his eyes, and the Elvin Gentry got them old bug eyes, and you can see they was yellow and shit and red. I could tell a drinking man. But anyway,
he might have been smoking too, Q.
I doubt that.
Drinking and smoking.
Nah, yeah.
You got to be on all type of shit, bro. When your man on a fast break about to score and you call a damn timeout. That's clearly not a sober person, Q.
Nah, clearly. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see how it all goes. I don't know about the trades right now, but we getting woefully close, family, to the trip to when all this is supposed to go down and supposed to happen. We're getting woefully close to it. January, the year's
What's the
changed.
deadline? What is the deadline for the trade deadline, bro?
Let me put that
Is
on.
it like the 20th or something like that? February 20th?
Let me get it on screen. I think it's in February, I won't say.
Yeah, it's in February, but I don't remember the date.
Hold on, I'll look it up. But the issue is so much is when you look at what the Pelicans have, we just have to make sure that we handle the business, man. I want to see some of our guys get back on time. So we'll see. All right, hold on. Let me pull up. February the 10th is the trade deadline.
Damn, that's coming up fast, man.
Mm-hmm. So
somebody about to be going off our roster. I fail to believe that the Pelicans don't bust a move for somebody. So we're gonna have to see what they do, bro. February the 10th. That's gonna be here before you know it, man.
There you go.
6 weeks. 6 weeks from now. February the 10th, bro.
So we're gonna see about it, man, and see how it all shakes, man. But yeah, this is gonna be intriguing and interesting all in the same time. Pelicans next upcoming matchup, man, against the Utah Jazz on Monday night. So we'll see how all that shaking, how that goes down. So that'll do it for this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all joining us in the live stream. Tomorrow morning we'll have the Tough Tiger Talk. We'll be talking about the latest moves with the LSU Tigers. We had quite a few things to go over on this installment of Tough Tiger Talk. It'll be Sunday morning. Please subscribe to Tough Tiger Talk. We'll be live and direct in the building, baby, for another episode of Tough Tiger Talk. And we'll be returning with the Pelican Post Game Report Monday night. And, of course, it'll be the first of a back-to-back. Pelicans have Utah, then followed by Phoenix. And then a couple days later, Golden State. So get ready for a tough month of basketball, but you never know. Old Willie, man, the power of love is something. Love will shock you.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens with that.
I think it didn't look like it by the score, but I think the Pelicans was this close to pulling off an upset tonight, Q. They really were.
Well, I mean, they lost.
They kind of what they call it. They let go of the rope at the end of the half. You know, kind of let them guys get an 8-point lead, and we was like neck and neck with them. It's like the last minute and a half or something. In the second quarter before halftime, they let them build up like an 8-point lead just out of nowhere, and they never shook back from that, man. But up until that point, they was
right.
The Milwaukee punch. They threw a combo at them. You know what I mean? So they was
within arm's length
with them, man.
It was within arm's length.
They came out with that zone, bro, and we try to shoot our way out of it, and that shit ain't happening.
All right, fam. So listen, we appreciate y'all for being in the stream tonight. Much love to y'all. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and feel free to share the show's links in your social media feed with other Pelican faithful. So with that being said, much love to the flock. Me and DC, we'll holler at you later. Pelican Post Game Report. Go Pels.
Post-game report on the PPR Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.